Seany, the official eyewear for the CDL. Armor your eyes with Seany Blocks blue light protection glasses by visiting seany.com/gaming. Scump, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here in the Call of Duty League. The New York Subliners home series continues. The last match of the day, OpTic Chicago going up against Paris Legion. And Chance, we're running it back, baby. Give me a lowdown on the stats. Tell me a little bit about OpTic.
Well, it's the truest run back of the series in terms of maps we're going to be playing, but we'll get to that later. If you want to take a look at their overall KDs, kind of on point throughout the entire year. Major 2, definitely a little bit of a dip, at least in terms of the placing, but as much flack as this team has gotten, they've actually been fairly consistent across the year, like consistently top 4. And I think, honestly, the only way you could look at the year they've had, it's been a good one, just not a great one, right? This is a team that they are looking for the win, but I'm looking at this team and thinking about like all the pieces that they have needed to put together, and I think they've shown off that they have the stuff. Like the last major in my mind, we've seen all 4 players with pop-off potential. Any game mode they've struggled in, they've been able to show improvements. I think they have the makings to be able to make a run throughout Stage 5, but obviously it's got to start here.
Got to start here. Let's see if they can get the stage off to a wonderful beginning. Again, Paris Legion will be their opponents, but what team are we talking about? That's easy, friends. It's OpTic.
Mighty keeps it going.
Normal, looking fantastic.
Envoy slaying his way through. Scump from up high, the king.
I'm out here doing what they thinking is irrational.
Really starting to run that score up.
I'm gonna make it back. I'm gonna make it back, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, OpTic game in a back.
Chicago are a force to be reckoned with.
OpTic have been doing a wonderful job, Chance, as you said, in maintaining those sort of top 4 positions, but can they finally crack in the coveted 3s, 2s, or even that top spot for Dashy, Envoy, Formal, and Scump? The return to LAN was it was a lukewarm welcome, I think they received. I think a real kick up the pants for the players. Hopefully they've had a nice bit of a downtime, but certainly hope that they've got themselves in the lab, keeping things aflowing, keeping the teamwork crisp, because again, it sort of seems like strength to strength at times, and then these couple of mistakes here or there against the top dogs really costs them. But Chance OpTic, it's a team that we all love to talk about. You know, everyone's got a bloody opinion, like elbows. We've almost all got one. What do you think, though, of them, mate?
Well, I think a ton of different opinions that I've heard are basically all indicating like the same kind of issue. Like if you want to call it pacing or not being on the same page, they play the game like incredibly well, as good as anyone else, like 90-something% of the time. They just have so many of those moments where they drop the ball. Like the stack on the Moscow round 11 against your Minnesota Røkkr. You have your P3 holds on Moscow where they just give up the back spawns and get flipped. They just have these moments here or there that if they can just clean those up, and again, if you want to call it a pacing thing, a communication issue, whatever it actually is for the team, they fix that. They are good to go immediately. Going to be fighting for the top spot.
Let's see if they can do it, though. One major bump in the road, of course, they have to deal with right now is their opponents. Again, hailing from across the pond. A brilliant content piece on their Twitter feed just went out talking about, you know, scraps and the journey this squad's gone on. That squad, ladies and gentlemen, Paris Legion.
Wonderful start here from Paris Legion. Paris Legion just about pushed that player off the hard point.
Can they clutch up and go big?
Classic just being aggressive in the plane.
Oh! Shots takes him to Pound Town. What a play from Temp.
Here comes Aqua from the top rope.
Oh, Paris Legion, get it done. And a sexy new video to boot. Paris Legion, let's see how they've handled the downtime in between, of course, Major 4's finals and the start of Major 5. Scrap, Zaptius, Aqua, and Temp. Lovely to see the squad rolling, having a good time. We saw a couple of moments from them on LAN where things looked a little sweet, and again, the vibes have got to be at an all-time high. But it is tough, Chance. I mean, they have they've been dealt a pretty heavy hand, it has to be said, throughout the season. They've not been having the success they want, but a couple of sweet upsets here or there, you can never count Paris out of a series.
Not at all. And I think one of the interesting things about this team is just the fact that they're making improvements in their search and destroy gameplay. They were once at the bottom of the league, but hey, through stage 4. They threw up a 4-2 record overall, which was, well, the best search and destroy record of any team throughout stage 4. So they've made improvements in that game mode. I think if they can build upon that, there is quite a bit of potential. But for that second point, we've seen it consistently from this team. If they can find those big plays and really just have someone get score streaks. We've had series where Scraps is getting score streaks every single respawn. Temp has those moments at times as well. And I think that's what it is going to take. This has not been a team that has shown off like clinical teamwork through and through. At times they're capable, but overall it is just individual talent. It is what they need to rely on, in my mind at least, to put them over the edge. So hey, you find those big plays, make sure you take care of business and get the job done, and maybe Scraps can be that guy. On the flip side though, we talked about, in my mind, the mistake-free thing needing to be the priority for this team, making the safe plays at times when you're gonna need to, but obviously if the big play is on board, hey, go for it. They have a ton of pop-off potential as well, but for the search and destroy, if PaulEhx has been on the up and up in that game mode, you need to make sure that you come in with a strong game plan to take them down, because that is the only path in my mind for PaulEhx to get a win, is if they do it through the searches, because in the respawn, Scump and Envoy has been running the show, been feasting in this matchup. OpTic 3-0 on the year against PaulEhx, and obviously Scump and Envoy, two major factors why. Nice little KDs that are able to throw up against this team.
Well, we know what the keys are now. Let's have a look at the maps and modes. Garrison, start the party here, and we're going back to standoff for that second map, that search and destroy raid controlled Moscow hardpoint map number 4, and then we're going to a raid search and destroy should the COD gods deem it appropriate today on this Thursday, first day of the New York Subliners home series. Raid search and destroy game 5. You love to see it, but there we go, pals. This is going to be a good one. Again, you talked about individual skill charts. That's what you'd be wanting to seeing out of the Paris Legion players. The teamwork ain't bad. If the individual plays are there, this should be a sweet one. But again, a team like OpTic Chicago, dripping with individual skill, a talented roster indeed. It is truly going to come down to who's bringing their A game, and if that teamwork can really be the deciding factor between these two squads. We're almost ready to go, friends. This is going to be a fun one. The Green Walls out and about in force, and Paris Legion fans as well, getting into this first matchup. Hard point on Garrison. Let's get it.
And just to touch on the maps, by the way, again, when I said it was run it back, it is the exact same maps that they played in stage 4 in the exact same order. So it is truly just a deja vu moment for both of these teams. And the Garrison, last time they played in stage 4, it was a 250-240 victory for Chicago. But obviously a 10-point game. PaulEhx, if you can make amends and start off just a little bit stronger, who knows how the series can play out after that. But certainly a map OpTic is going to be happy to play again for the game number 1. Garrison has been a true one for them.
Points up. First team in it is going to be the Paris Legion players. They will be the orange arrows on the minimap. Those of you watching from home, OpTic will be in the white. Trades out early. Both teams trying to exchange control of the map. And once again, we talked about those submachine gun plays. That's what you're going to be keeping an eye out for OpTic today. That's going to be Envoy and Scump playing that run and gun. On the other side of the board, though, we'll see what Temp and Zaptius can bring it. Again, that flex roll up and about. But 30 seconds remaining in this first hardpoint chance. It's not been bad either way. Both teams exchanging kills. OpTic with a late resurgence. That next 25 could be theirs if they can keep Temp away. So far, OpTic with that map control. Nice start, has to be said. We'll see how long they can keep it going.
And already, I think you saw the idea from PaulEhx, right? A couple players just trying to sneak their way through, but they just get mowed down on the way, and Envoy might steal the kill, but we all know in our hearts that Formal should be 5-0 right now, thinking about some score streaks, but more importantly, it might be null and void on that P1, but the rotation is there in Chicago, with or without the score streaks. We'll have the full setup that they want. You get Formal spawn right back up to make sure he can lock down those back spawns and make sure no one sneaks their way through, but OpTic right now staring down the barrel, trying to get that full 60.
Well, they're going to do what they can. Again, a decent hard point to do it on, but here comes the slow and steady approach now from Paris Legion. Dashy drops to Aqua. It's a nice 3 kills in a row he's had. Oh, sorry, 2. Take it back. Scump will stop that one. The Temp now, he's going to be the next player trying to keep this player alive. OpTic may not get the full 60. Somebody just dipped off the point there for a very brief moment. That was Envoy, but they're still holding the setup. The 2 ARs inside bricks, making short work of these players as they come forward, but Zaptius finds the angle, finds the opening. Envoy once again, the submachine guns ring true, and OpTic once again in control of the hardpoint chance. P2 has been a very kind one to them.
Absolutely, a kind one indeed, and well, maybe PaulEhx trying to make it kind for themselves on the rotation, but a player gets caught, so Scraps is going to spawn out. But maybe this is just going to turn into an opportunity for him to make a play on the flank, or the back spawns get given up. OpTic end up spawning here, and now Envoy, the player that can make the big play, takes down Aqua, who just slides into death, and Temp, well, he's in between everybody. I don't know how Dashy got there. I don't know what these spawns are. Not sure what's going on, but OpTic making the best of it for a moment, as it is just chaos here on P3.
What a stick from Temp. I'd be fuming. You know what? I bet Formal is pretty cool as a cucumber. Let's go for a quick Astro Gaming listen in with OpTic Chicago.
You don't square. Now you went back. Every front. Come on, man.
Yo, back right time. I'm absolutely.
One could be new, though. One could be new.
Yeah, I'm absolutely here.
Yo, one rails is float.
Last guy back right.
Nice.
Back right. He's not shot.
At the head of iLLeY. He's half health.
He's not shot.
Playing new.
They're both
playing.
Yeah, I'm just trying to play military.
Blocking green. Back plat hurt. Archer, you, man.
One more time. Weak iLLeY. He's
playing you.
I hit up front.
Yeah, they're hitting up front. Watching you
from square.
Let's give you plat late.
You're blocking green.
One you.
I need green.
I'm laying down watching you cross.
There's a trophy now.
Yo, one's rails. Rails into top plat. It was rails into top plat.
Two time.
Top plat.
Two time.
Yo,
watch cat stairs. Don't help me. Come on.
Yeah.
Rails zap dead.
Only goes cat stairs.
Yeah, I think kill me from flatbed.
He's low green. Jumped up.
Flatbed, I think 2 at a time.
Yo, Kenny box.
Fine out.
Kenny box.
Cat stairs.
More
Nice,
time.
dude.
Bottom
Bottom mid.
Back crash me.
Yo, top flash out dead.
Back crash me.
Back crash dead.
Let's keep holding green.
I'm holding him.
I'm plat right now.
I bet.
You.
Back plat, absolute top.
Nothing new.
Come back, man.
Helping floating
Let's
cross.
spawn green. Scraps.
Go
trash.
Could be on you.
Yeah. I have green.
Oh, he's lights.
I got time.
Lights, iLLeY.
Yo, he's mid tanks. What's mid tanks? Looking lights.
Yo, in bricks to me.
Yo, one's tools. He's
Yo,
spawned
plat.
out. One's
bricks.
tools.
Bricks.
I'm holding plat for a second.
2 bricks to me.
Nice.
I got one.
Nice.
Plug got time. Front top.
Nice, good job.
I'm playing alley.
That's okay.
Could be in bricks. He could be in bricks.
Yo, what's back right bricks?
Back mid zap, dead.
Back right bricks.
Could be bricks.
I'm blocking.
Yeah, block.
bricks.
I'm going to help the square. I'm helping your square, Matt.
Holy alley.
Yeah,
Bricks
no.
is open. Bricks
Keep
is open.
blocking.
I'm blocking. We're good. I'm one on streaks, guys. 2
Back bricks. 2 back bricks.
Back right.
I have help.
Helping here.
Grant's typical OpTic, slowly but surely walking away with this one. We're seeing Legion slowly but surely being drowned under that pressure coming out of OpTic.
I mean, drowned indeed, and Formal able to secure the streaks. You got Formal 18-7 and Scump not too far behind T2P. Certainly putting on a show right now, but again, this is just clinical, easy work right now for OpTic, as casual as they need to be. Nearly 100-point lead. PaulEhx has basically had no life, and anytime they find a couple kills, seems like there's always a response, but maybe this will be the setup that they want to have, right? Get your way over towards P1, or lose the gunfight, fall, and have Temp in a dicey situation as he's trying to keep these OpTic players at bay.
Trying to keep them back, and they've done that for the time being. Back over to the first hard point in our second set now, and it's going to be Zaptius, so he gets his toes in there first. And already starting to feel the pressure. OpTic on the push forward. Nice shots either way as Dashy. Oh, he's up next, and Zap finds a 2-piece. That was a delightful hold. Good kills coming through. OpTic on the spawn, though, on that left-hand side of the minimap. That's where they want to be again, going in a second. But Zaptius still drawing a zigzag across the map as he now starts to dance his way into the kill feed again. It's 3 in a row, and Formal trying to stop that one. Again, lying prone there, looking to slow the pace now. But is it going to be enough? Toe-to-toe with Zaptius. And 1/2 for T2P. Piper gets it done. Ends the spree. You still have a good hard point hold from Paris Legion chance, but looking towards second. OpTic had a great hold in the first. Should be able to do it again.
And they're going to need to do it again, by the way. They just had a super passive setup, basically just waiting for the players to walk into the line of sight. They gave up. Well, that was 50. That was a full 60 on P1 of all hills. They had no aggression, no sense of urgency, and now it's turning to PaulEhx potentially flipping these spawns. And it looks like Aqua trying to make that happen, taking care of the trophies. Now they just need to take care of Formal, the last man to the point, and they get the job done. That is a 100-point lead that just evaporates before OpTic's eyes, because now they are the team that needs to try to break into P2.
And Envoy will be the player to make it in through the rear. Can he keep it going, though? The streaks from Formal now being invested to just get those Parisian players off the point. Zaptius and Scraps in on safe. Should be good to go here. No, he lands both. Formal with the cruise missile. Manages to tag both players. The spawn's now at the back, and you should be able to see that for Envoy. How long, though, can OpTic hold the point for? as the push still coming forward, and Formal finds 2 more kills somehow. He's on an absolute spree. 4 now in a row. It's 24-10 overall. Matthew Piper has come to play today, the start of stage 5.
And he is actually looking like a turd with this movement right now as well. Just head on a swivel, looking back and forth. But now he has actually put himself in a very interesting spot. He is trusting his teammates to try to block those spawns. And, well, he may fall, but he can just spawn up right back on top of the hill. PaulEhx have cleared out all of what they need to just to get to the front of the hill. But these are not easy gunfights to win. And Scump plays the angle. The nade is going to be there for the trades. And, well, you get OpTic out of the point. The opportunity for PaulEhx is here.
Here it comes. aBeZy first in, trying to slow the push now of the players from OpTic with that close spawn, and Dashy lines them up, almost knocks down all 3, but Scraps is going to be there just to keep that pressure alive for PaulEhx. Scump now to that front line. Eyes on those players making the win through dark. Scump can take 1, can't get both those. aBeZy is, still gunning. He gets the submachine gun duo of OpTic, and now it's on to Dashy. He's got to go forward now alone, and the tags are there. The shots are in, but the teamwork prevails from Paris Legion, and chance this point, there is no clear-cut owner, but both teams, they have given a pound of flesh just for a few measly seconds there on 3rd.
I mean, that is certainly the hill where chaos just ensues, but as it stands right now, OpTic still in that 50-point lead margin. PaulEhx fighting from the back foot, and, well, that is not the best place to be. That's going to be a 3-man wipe, and, well, Scraps might be the next man up inside a green alley, but he's got to wait for his teammates. Is OpTic, they have the full hold. You get a ton of ARs down the line, top cat, top green. Making sure Scump is sitting pretty inside the hill, and even if you try to get towards him, he's got the gun for the fight, takes down 2, and that is a clean 4 down for OpTic. The hold on this P4 hill too strong as the lead has gotten too high and about to the margin where I'm thinking OpTic, they have done the job, done the hard work. It's looking like they should be good to go, potentially, to close out this game number 1.
Ain't over yet. They can't win it here on this point. We do have to see another. aBeZy, though, he's still trying to make what he can here. 30 points now for the win for OpTic as the hard point still ticks in their favor. Temp, though, slides in, drives the dagger, gets himself a second on a Scump there. So now, PaulEhx still playing for map control. It is going to be Formal, who once again is having a sensational hard point map so far. Temp is on the prowl, looking for those next set of kills. There's a player just to his left. It's Formal. Can he stop him? He will indeed. There's the kill. You've got map control now going the way of PaulEhx. Scraps has got to do something special here. Oh, boys, swing and a miss. Dashy wins the gunfight up close. Temp's on a 5 spree. You still have a bit of map control going the way of PaulEhx. No hard point yet, though, chance. They are still dicing around this one.
And again, we talked about these moments, man. If you're going to have an opportunity to get the streaks, you better make sure you execute, but Dashy picks up 2. Just ripping through with the gunfights, and, well, that's turned into a 5 spree of Dashy on his own. He doesn't need the streaks, though, because he is the streak. That's number 6, as he is shooting rockets for the moment. Just keeping PaulEhx outside of this hill, and, well, it's pretty much just make sure you don't don't go 4 down for OpTic, and they should be good to go. Number 7 in a row for Brucey. As Formal with the artillery, just making sure you put the stamp on the game. PaulEhx stuck in their spawn. Nowhere to even rotate to, as P1 surely going to be locked up by Chicago.
Oh, it's not over just yet. Here comes the last minute push. The bit of a pinch from Paris Legion. The kill feed all theirs. Can they get towards the point? Again, 9 points for the win for OpTic. Here we go. It's going to be on Temp. No, the dagger from behind. Scraps, though, is onto the point just to slow this down. But is it delaying the inevitable? That's the question. As Paris Legion, we say it every time, but from here on out, it has to be perfect. Scraps, in and out of the point they go. And OpTic, whether they make the break here and get those few seconds or they're set up for the next one, they are in a delightful spot. Scump, 30-19, 30-18 for Formal as T2P have come to play. And it's merely a contest between the two right now. Who can get the most kills? We'll see as the kills keep flowing. But Paris, they've managed to keep them off it for a little bit of time. Chance, there's the break. Oh boy, Envoy, you better stay alive for a long time. And here comes back and forth. 5 seconds for the win for OpTic. Can they get it done? I'm sure the answer is yes, but Paris, they're making him sweat for it, Chance. They're seriously making him sweat.
I mean, right now, OpTic are basically just being heavily reliant on the fact that they have score streaks to break this hill, but, I mean, they just basically decided they didn't want to rotate to P1 to begin with, and, well, for the moment, potentially getting punished, but there you go. 3 wipe right there. The artillery gets called in 5 seconds, all they need. Flood to the point, and you'll be good to go. Scraps, unless he world stars the entire team, can't get the job done, and OpTic eventually seal the deal and get that map 1 win on Garrison to kick off their stage 5.
Well, you said it, they were relying very heavily on the streaks usage there, and Formal, he pulls the trigger and Manny lands the shot. There you go. Brilliant work out of OpTic to start the series off here in our final match of the day, the first day of the New York Subliners home series, and OpTic looking fine so far. Paris, I mean, it was a nice bit of a resurgence, but not quite enough, because the early groundwork laid by the OpTic members there was so good, and T2P, Scump and Formal, absolute demons on the map there in map 1.
And honestly, it was Formal with a couple moments where he just goes a little bit crazy. I think for Scump, it was just consistency throughout the entirety of the game. And even Dashy, who maybe started off a little bit slow, still has that moment where he just secures that best play. And well, that's what he brings to the table. OpTic Chicago undefeated against Paris in the hard points. And again, they have just been clinical in this matchup. I do not think Chicago right now is going to be feeling too much pressure.
Yeah, not a lot of pressure. Again, we saw the stat there, 6-0 versus Paris in hard points, and so far so good. And again, Search and Destroy, man, it's been great for them. But a quick look at the stats. Once again, you've got to show the love. Both T2P, 32 and 20 for Formal, 31-22 for Scump. Great work out of them, huge production, and definitely a key component to the great success they had there on Garrison. 185 was the only score that Paris Legion could muster. We'll see if they got a better chance coming up in the Search and Destroy. But chance, here we go, baby. The makings of what could be a very, very fun series indeed. We'll see if who can pull away the victory in the Search and Destroy after this quick commercial break, friends. We'll be right back.
Seany, the official eyewear for the CDL. Armor your eyes with Seany Blocks blue light protection glasses by visiting seany.com/gaming. Get insurance savings and discounts from USAA, the official insurance partner of the Call of Duty League.
We made USAA insurance for renters who make the most of their space and money. That's why we make it easy to cover the stuff you love for as little as 33 cents a day. USAA, what you're made of, we're made for.
What's that? Yes, it's correct. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Call of Duty League, and some of you have, I think the more astute viewers have noticed that Chance and I are wearing the same shirt. That's right, it's the New York Subliners X Game Fuel, I suppose it's the home series shirt. We've got some goodies on here. I mean, we'll take a good picture and put up on socials later, but there he is. It's my boy Kieran. It's my boy Minnie McNutt saying, wait a minute, Mavs and Chance are matching. How have I only just noticed? You're adorable. Yes, we are adorable. But it's only because we actually changed after the first 2 maps, mate? Was it? I think it was the first 2.
Well, yeah, we were trying to like coordinate the old outfits because, you know, we're grown men and this is what we do for fun. I suppose quarantine's getting to me, but I was wearing this shirt and you were describing to me and I was like, no, I don't have that one. And then I changed it because I didn't think I had it. I'm an idiot. This is all I've learned today, but that's okay because I think we could talk about Dashy or anything other than our outfits.
Anything other than these outfits. Chance loves dressing up for the camera, friends. Let's talk about Dashy though, because let's face it, everybody loves a bit of Bruce. He's also adorable. We love some Dashy here in the Call of Duty League, and clearly so do the stats. I mean, today alone, 26 and 26. That's a 1.00. Those of you counting at home, but this stage alone, man, I mean, this season, Dashy has been a big numbers guy. Take a peek at that. I mean, don't look at the Search and Destroy, those of you who are a big fan, but for everything else, there's Dashy.
I mean, 16th ain't bad. Like a 1.08, that is perfectly respectable. Right. Search and Destroy. It's like you give him a sniper, that is going to spike immediately towards the top 2. But He is just one of those players, everybody knows it, unbridled potential, just godlike skill that he has at his disposal. It's just about coordinating it with the team, making sure the pace is the same, making sure you're not making mistakes, and then, well, you potentially have yourselves one of the best players in the world. But as it stands, taking a look at that quick scope, well, OpTic across the board have had the better of Paris in the head-to-head matchup in the series, and of course, overall, they've been a better team on the year. Decent little records across the board for OpTic. Not too bad at all.
Not bad at all. That quick scope, again, brought to you by Scump. And for Paris, a little bit more to be desired there, but current form, we will see. Everyone's coming in hot off of that LAN, the Major 4. And of course, we're going back to LAN for the Major 5 finals as well. And again, for champs, get your tickets, boys and girls. Can't wait to see all your smiling faces in an arena. Los Angeles, California. Can't wait. But here we go. Standoff Search and Destroy is on its way. Game loading up now. The players getting ready to dive into this one. Again, we saw a very exciting Standoff Search and Destroy. Atlanta FaZe versus London, full of thrills and chills and all sorts of sweet streaks from both sides. Will we be treated to the same affair here today? Well, let's find out. Chance, map number 2. Here we go. Standoff Search and Destroy. Let's get it.
And for that one loss on this map for the side of Paris, it was actually against Chicago. Again, this series, it is the exact same maps we saw the last time around. Last time Chicago took them down, beat them 6-2 fairly handedly. And again, that was throughout stage 4 where Paris was looking like the, well, not the best search and destroy team in the game, but the best search and destroy that they have played all year long. So Paris started to kick it up, but even still, OpTic was able to take them down. Formal trying to figure out what gun, what class, or if he just wants to hang out with Scump. Who's taking the bomb? It's a long debate. Took him 11 seconds. And he gets gifted to Formal as his controller's broken. Yeah, there you go. End the game. I don't know what was going on, but that was fishy.
I mean, who knows? It could have been one of those weird strats where, you know, this is a fast restart, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know what's going on there, but clearly nothing too super serious. No, what have I done? No, come on, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. But more than anything, I think it could have been one of those weird strats where, you know, like you sit and spawn for a minute, you're like, okay, 3, 2, 1, all right, let's get it. It'd be a weird one. You never know. Keep an eye out for champs, friends. All those dirty tricks. There is a book somewhere. I think it says belongs to Clayster. I'm pretty sure that book is just full of the dirtiest, naughtiest tricks here in the Call of Duty world. And at champs, open sesame. Can't wait to see what happens there again. All those fun things that always come out at the end of the year. But for now, eyes on the game, pals. We should be restarting very quickly. Again, apologies. We think something happened. Formal not moving there at the start of that. But Chance, what do you think, mate? Are we feeling strong? Are we feeling comfortable for OpTic's chances here? Again, just going back, like recency bias, the search and destroy, it was a lot of fun at the Major.
I mean, yeah, I'm feeling strong for OpTic in this one. Again, if you beat him 6-2 last time, if you just teed off on them in the first hard point, again, they're not going to be lacking any confidence in this matchup. They should be good to go. I think they probably just had a long debate on who's supposed to take bomb, and whoever's job it was, Form was like, I'm not doing that. That's not me. We can end the game before we get back to it, but should be good to go. It's a Black Ops 2 map. This is where Scump has been running the show. And I think it's a map where the only time OpTic, I think, haven't had success on standoff is when they've stagnated. Anytime throughout the year where they've just stayed active on the map, had someone trying to be the playmaker, not just turtling up in your spawn, they have had quite a bit of success. I think really on a map like standoff, their fate is just, it's in their own hands.
We'll see if they can run with it. But again, for Paris Legion, an opportunity to steal a map back from them. Hardpoint has not been too kind in the sort of history of these two teams matching up against one another, but we'll see if they can bring the goods here on standoff. Still, I get standoff relatively young, I suppose, in the 2021 season, you know, life. So I suppose there's still an opportunity to catch some players out, catch some special moments again. Not to give too much away, of course, with that coveted playoffs coming up for a lot of these players, but we'll see, mate. We'll see. This could be a sweet opportunity for Paris Legion to steal something away, but still got a ways to go. But as we load back into the map, search and destroy on standoff. Here we go, Chance. Map number 2 between Paris Legion and OpTic Chicago.
Scump takes bomb. I think that's what it was. Scump didn't want to take it in the first round for him. He's like, I'm not doing that either. We're just going to hang out, have the old Mexican standoff on standoff of all maps. But Zapti is very quick to pounce for the first blood that Envoy is ready for. Formal with a call out, probably there to help him out just a little bit. Shout out to the observers for feeding me that information. I appreciate you.
That's our guys right there. The watchers, they see all. Quick plant from Scump, who does have them on. Quick plant gets it down now. Here comes the counter-attack. One man down as Paris Legion. It's a 4v3. Not an easy place to be. You see those submachine guns lined up over towards A. They are in prime position. Scump and Envoy. Look at those left sticks wiggling, shoulders being thrown. They are jiggling all over the A-bomb site with good reason. Scraps in and out. Oh boy, almost taken care of there. Formal's going to take care of Temp on the other side of the map. They're going to make one side wide open, and there's the shots exchanged. But the clock is ticking. 15 seconds. Scraps, last player left alive. It is a 1v4. Now it is over. OpTic, they get the round started with a bomb plant, and they hold the line. Nice stuff out of them.
And the biggest part of that really just comes down to the first blood that opens things up, because PaulEhx didn't put a ton of pressure on defense over towards that A site. And well, Formal, the player of the round, not only gets the best play with the 2 kills, but again, I'm pretty sure he fed Envoy that information of, hey, Zaptius is coming through L. You gotta be ready for it as Formal. No fear in his heart at all. And with shots like that, you can only imagine why. Nice and crispy, kicking things off with 3 kills to his name.
Crispy, don't get me talking about food once again here on Standoff. A delicious opener there for OpTic. Again, 3 kills for Formal. If you can find any more. Quite an aggressive play now. We've got the bomb in the hands of Paris Legion. It's going to be Temp. Scraps has made his way through bottom brown. There's players all over the place. You can hear a lot. His audio cues are all over the place. He can hear Dashy, and now he can see Dashy. And Dashy takes clean care of him. Submachine gun in hand as well. Formal on the slow and steady approach does win the gunfight against Zaptius at that range. 4-0 with a Krig. Lovely work out of Formal, and now 4v2. OpTic once again in the driver's seat chance, and how wrong could it go?
I would assume not very wrong. Again, the only problems OpTic have really had on this map that I can remember at least is when they just stagnate and don't make plays. What do they do at the start of this round? Send 3 towards Brown. Just dominate the middle of the map. Get that control straight away. And Dashy pulling out the AK-74U to make it happen. And Envoy might get the best play, but again, that is just a strat. Taking one out of the page. OpTic showing off a little bit something new, something spicy on defense. And again, the more looks you can show the other team, the better. OpTic up 2-0. 2 clean rounds that they've had.
Super clean here on Standoff. I'm feeling very musical today, I must admit. We've been singing quite a lot in the green room, but the only green room we care about now is the room where OpTic spawns as they make their way forward. It's a bit of an alley pressure. Okay, we're seeing 3 of them make the run. Zaptius, will he hear these players? You'll see him soon. No discipline on the trigger, doesn't matter. Aqua's there for the pinch. Nice 2 kills to start this round off. Scump left alone in the back alleyway, and he's in the wrong part of town. Here comes Paris. The 4v2, the first time we've seen them have any kind of advantage here in the game, and how long? Whoa! The old Paris 2-man jump tag challenge, it was glorious. Legion, they get on the board with style.
And like we just watched FaZe play this maps where like if they get dealt a weird situation, they just make the perfect reads. I think it's wonderful. And I love the fact that we've watched OpTic in a couple rounds like go out of their way to play together on the map to make some sort of plays. Unfortunately though, Spidey sense is not really tingling. Like they thought for a moment, oh, the flank is just left completely wide out in the open. Let's just cross, and well, someone is watching it through an off angle in deli. And again, Spidey senses aren't there. You give away a couple free kills, and that is a strat that they just get punished, but I like the idea. I hope OpTic keeps that sort of a play style up and continues as, well, this time they don't dominate Brown off defense, but they have A control. Envoy and Scump, SMG duo, working together. And Paris, maybe don't want anything to do with that. Might go for a full wrap, potentially all the way across the map. It's a bold strat. We'll see how it works out for him.
Oh, will Paris look down and check the bushes? Nope, Dashy, howdy doody. Managed to get one. A little too greedy, though, before the play nails the charge into the other players. And very patient Aqua will find himself an Envoy trying to get involved. And now it's the 3v2. And once again, Paris with the life lead. Paris with the advantage. Scump and Formal, T2P. Up against the 3 members of Paris Legion now, chancing. Slow and steady stutter step from Formal to silently traverse the backside of the map and hopefully get himself in on an opportunity to maybe kill Scraps. And here we go. Bomb being planted. OpTic on retake.
Oh, and Scraps just makes the read, eventually comes through. I thought the timing might have gone Formal's way, but Scraps makes the read, and now Scump in this 1 versus 3. Too many things to clear out, and the first thing he checks, he just ends up getting killed. And that is just a round for OpTic where, I mean, you do the right things. Dashy finds the first blood, he gets the information, and all of that just turned out to be a bait, just waiting to catch Envoy off guard. or off guard, excuse me, as soon as he tries to make a play, just gets shot in the back. PaulEhx Legion just setting the trap, waiting for OpTic to fall underneath, and, well, 2 rounds in a row that they were able to get. And that is 2 rounds where if OpTic, I mean, I just don't want them to have the mentality if we try to make plays and we get punished for it, keep that playmaking up, and, well, they're doing so. 4 players in top round. Scraps made 1 shot immediately.
He was like, there are 3 more top round, 3 of them. Immediately gets face to the mud, and he's still alive for now, but he's been tagged again. Scraps is in a bit of trouble. But again, this spot, you can keep those players off of the B bomb site. That's great. But there's Envoy and more damage. Scraps is taking hit after hit. He will not go down. Luck with the slow and steady push through the back. Scump's got the backside of Deli cover chance, and it's a 4-man hold through mid. This is a sweet setup now for OpTic. And PaulEhx, here they come one by one. Scump's up first. Takes care of 1. Here comes Temp. Scump, the eyes on, the flash is there, takes care of the second, and Scump now looking to find a few more. No, Temp's going to get the kill. Formal finds 1 more. Temp's the last player up, and Envoy is going to knock him down. OpTic with a decisive round on offense just to take the lead.
And I think Scump is on a very short list of players that if I see him inside a deli and he's not tagged up 1 shot, nothing like that, I'm just expecting him to get these kills. His wheelhouse of a situation he would love to be in, and he delivers with 2 of his own. And I think more importantly, again, OpTic playing together as a team, doing something on the map, making some sort of play. Couple strats that they have pulled out of the book, mixing things up, and potentially making themselves a very difficult team to read. PaulEhx, though, in a couple of the mixy situations have been able to come out on top, and this time looking for that top Brown control, and they got to stay on their toes because OpTic, they've bullied out Brown before, and I think they're concerned about the pressure. That's why Temp, you can see, hanging around down low, Scraps hanging around up top, trying to get the information on exactly where all these players for OpTic are.
Oh, information wins wars. So there's a sweet Krig shot at this point in time, and sweet shots indeed. Finger licking good. Scump, though, will manage to try to level the playing field right now as Temp, he will drop. 2v3, Dashy and Scump versus Scraps, Zaptius and Aqua. The bomb goes down for PaulEhx Legion, now planted. Scraps, oh baby, he could be eating good here tonight. Scump's last player for life, not a chance. PaulEhx Legion, they level the playing field up 1 round at a time. And with that, 3-3, mate, what a great round from Aqua.
Hey, what a great just shot, just in general, right? Just sniffs out the first player, but then just gives the beams the Formal. Turning the tides. Formal certainly had his number in map number 1, but Chris shot's there, potentially for that opening. As creative as OpTic has been, PaulEhx, certainly a couple of these rounds just start to find these kills, and some of them seemingly just falling into their lap, but tied up 3-3 we go. OpTic, who have shown off a couple different looks, maybe back to somewhat of the standard, what we saw in round number 1, Formal up top, bit of a map spread, and back to the information we go as Dashy delivers for the first blood, takes down Scraps.
Yeah, not running a 74U this round, so he's going to open things up aggressively with a nice old Krig kill. He's got that mid-map covered. Zaptius, he's going to creep forward. Potential to get a kill here, potential to get a trade or 2, but Dashy once again, oh baby, nearly got the 3rd out of all that. Zaptius finally holds it down. Scump though at range, what a shot to take care of Zaptius on the flank. Envoy gets it done. Another good round for OpTic, but as time has told us, maybe 4-3 now, but the next round, PaulEhx will see what they bring. These defensive rounds have been a lot of fun to watch.
Just great timing on the flank from Envoy as well, as soon as they get fed that information. But obviously for Dashy, just to connect with the first blood and open things up, the difference maker for OpTic. PaulEhx now in a situation forced to respond on the offensive round. And they've shown a couple creative looks as well. Keep in mind, right? A couple big rotations, working the back alley at times. Ooh. Making sure they secure back Brown as Zaptius gets the hit marker of time. I don't know exactly how many he's going to know that they are there, but Temp utilizing that information. He is quick to get that deli control, and Zaptius, no time wasted. Going to get that bomb planted, and first blood goes their way. What a play call coming out of the Legion.
Great counter from Legion. Now they've got the bomb down and the man advantage. What will Formal do? As Envoy manages to level up the playing field, and the least in the life count. Here comes Formal. He and Dashy about to break through, but it's going to be on Temp. There's the first slip slide through. Temp manages only to get 1. Dashy with the Diamatti in hand. And it's a bit of back and forth now, as it is a 2v2. Onto the bomb site we go. Paris Legion have opted to defend from the back, and this could cost them. Envoy is out and about. He and Dashy on the hunt. There is now 15 seconds remaining, and Scraps has timed it perfectly. Last player of the live Dashy. He's cut to pieces, and it is another offensive round win as Paris tie things up. Mate, you couldn't write this if you tried.
And it was a great rotation, like towards the end after like the post-plant positioning, but really just that call. As soon as he gets that hit marker back alley, Temp just makes the read. He just bolts, gets that deli control. You go and get that bomb down. And if you wait just another second to make that call, I think it was Scump that comes running on through. He would have found those kills, but the timing too clean. Paris with a nice strat call is OpTic again as a 4-man squad. Taking over top round control and Scraps. He's been here before. Gets made one shot again, but this time Paris, 2 players potentially able to get through gas station, and the stick is in. Zaptius gets the first blood.
What a throw. Gets just the very tip of Scump, and he's a magnet. He is a bloody stick magnet. Ack will get the second on the formal there and take care of that one. So that is going to be a 3v2 now. Paris Legion in the command of the map for the time being, but Envoy is going to try to plant bomb. No, actually, no. Maybe going for the kills. You know Scraps is isolated there, but oh, baby, did he make a mistake there? Paris Legion, they break the cycle. They win a defensive round, and now it's map point.
And I would be willing to bet that if you just like magically like flip the switch and took Semtexes out of this game, Scump's KD guaranteed to go up like 0.03, 0.04. There'd just be just a little bump, you know, because Semtexes just find a way to meet the king. But either way, Paris, you called it out correctly, broke the stride, got that defensive round win, and now back on the attack they go. Paris has had a couple bold calls as well. Made moves over towards B, showing off a couple looks over towards A, and Zaptius again, the stun not going to feed him all the information this time, doesn't find anything, but where the lack of information comes in just means you're going to be taking it slow for the next minute 15. As they are just looking for one of these first bloods.
And again, OpTic playing this very slowly. They know full well that these offensive rounds have been going the way of the attacking teams. Now it is truly a standoff. OpTic getting a bit jittery though. Chance feels like again they're just moving around a little bit more. That 3-man stack over towards A. Only one watching the flank over towards B side. And it is a slow and steady crawl through mid-map. Temp with one angle covered. Back with the eyes on deli. Formal waiting very, very patiently. Who will crack first? Oh, here's the shots. This could be the move in towards the B site. And that's it. Less than 30 on the clock. The bomb will be planted. Formal and Dashy now springing to life. Here comes the charge. Aqua may be able to catch these players out, but oh no! Formal just walked right through min, found one. Formal can't get the second, but the damage has been dealt. Here comes Dashy. Top spot from Scraps. Can he get the kills now? Slow these attacking players, trying to get them off the bomb. Temp lying in wait. Dashy, will he walk into it? Yes, he will. 2v2. And it could all come down to Envoy. Oh boy, Scraps is there. The trade comes through. But it's the King who lands the shot. The second player up was Temp, and Scump nails it. Oh baby, we have got ourselves a round 11. The cycle continues to be broken. All bets are off, friends. What a round.
Best play indeed. And Scump the bailout, by the way, because they got tunnel vision on Temp in that moment. Forgot about where that extra player could be, but hey, you made the big play just to force the round 11, take some of that momentum and try to make good use of it. On the flip side for Paris, I mean, he took a round where Aqua gets first blood and he made things spicy, but offense goes to OpTic. To an opportunity. I mean, what are they even going to decide to do? I would imagine if I was in OpTic shoes, probably just going back to his standard, spread the map, look for some information. And it seems like that might be the case. Stuns coming through on both sides. It looks like it's going to be Formal's job potentially to watch the flank, scratch that, maybe Envoy's. There's no information really from either side. Back to that 50-50. A couple shots come through, but it'll be quite some time before the first blood comes in. OpTic, they're going to be forced to make the play.
Yeah, it's slow and steady. Clock's still ticking. Less than a minute now to work with. We saw Paris Legion do a very, very similar thing in the last round where they managed to get themselves forward. All 4 players up on the B bomb site. Back and forth we go. Oh, the trades are immediate and they're on point. Here comes Dashy looking to find himself a second of the round. Scraps to the back line. Temp's holding the square down, and again, the pressure towards A now mounting. There'll be a battle in the back alley that will take place in a moment, but for now, the important fight may well be the one at the front. But Formal, oh my word, has he been gifted the timing here? There's less than 30 seconds to play with, and Formal, oh my goodness, he does get Aqua. That's going to be massive. 3v2, a flank now wide open. Scump slips forward, gets the bomb down onto B, but here comes Temp, looking for the retribution for the previous round, gets it. 1v2 situation now. Can he find something tremendous? The answer is no, as OpTic will prevail. 2 rounds in a row, the first time we saw it in the match, and oh boy, they clutch up in that round 11.
Oh, the bailout from Scump to let him show off the ice in the round 11. What a flank by Formal. I mean, just gets gifted on the timing from the player coming out of back deli and makes the use out of it. Turns into best play, and frankly for Scump, after he gets that bomb down, you get the perfect setup. You get one player over towards Grandma's, one player over back market. You get the pinch of all time, and maybe some credit to PaulEhx where credit is due. They certainly fought back in that game. Couple round wins where they were just able to pull off something spicy. Whether or not it was the clean shots from Aqua or the play calls from Zaphius and Temp, but in the end, you give Scump the 2-piece and that momentum going to the round 11. OpTic, they just take full advantage of it.
They truly, truly do. Quick look at the stats. Again, nothing wild or outstanding from, frankly, anyone. It was a very, very closely contested and, frankly, brilliant standoff, search and destroy from both teams. But in the end, OpTic with the ice, with that true composure in that final round. And not only that, but that round 10 as well. We saw Scump get that 2-piece, a little bit of that coming in our US Army tactical play in just a moment. But wow, what a fun series so far. The first hard point, a little bit said open and done, kind of closed case. We didn't really worry about that one. But the search chance, woo, lot of fun to be had there. I gave you a bit of a teaser there, friends, and here we go. Let's have a quick look at our US Army tactical play. It will be round 10. Again, the focus of this one, Scump's 2-piece, keeping OpTic not only in the map, but giving him a second shot there, which they took with aplomb. Brilliant stuff out of them.
In a very strange way, the round ends up developing, right? Because like instead of playing as a team, they sort of like all go off and do their own thing, which if you pinch, it's great and it works out. But Dashy ends up solo channeling Temp, and like he reads the corner, but he just has the pistol. So Temp wins the gunfight. Then the tunnel vision comes through. You're not taking the time to check your corners because you're looking for Temp, but it turns into Scump. Just the COD instincts knowing that challenge is gonna come through. The gun skill on point towards the end, but a spicy round. So many of these rounds, it seems like the primary idea from OpTic is great, but the secondary portion can get a little bit weird, but hey, take care of business, get that round 11 dub and go up 2-0 in the series. OpTic Chicago, full speed ahead.
Full speed ahead. Well, that won't be the case for us. We're going to take a very quick break while these players get themselves geared up for Control on Raid. Coming up after this quick commercial break.
Seany, the official eyewear for the CDL. Armour your eyes with Seany Blocks blue light protection glasses by visiting seany.com/gaming. Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G.
What's going on, guys? It's Simp, player for the PaulEhx Legion. Welcome to Call of Duty League Loadout Guides powered by Scump. And today I'm going to show you the best AK-74U class. We're going to use a muzzle, spet snaz compensator. It just makes it to where you can beam cross map, like no recoil at all long range. Barrel, 9.3 extended, it's the first one. Extra bullet velocity. Under barrel, we use foregrip. You get good strafe and it helps with recoil. GRU elastic wrap. You can drop shot, aim in quicker. Stock, the last one, KGB skeletal stock. Aim in faster off sprint and you strafe faster. Alright guys, so that's the best AK-74U class. Thanks to Scump for powering this episode. Let us know in the comments below how you like the class. Appreciate y'all.
Wise words out of Temp there. We'll see him bring that AK-74U class to life in this upcoming raid control. For PaulEhx Legion, it is their last chance, do or die here in the series, as what could be another very fast day of CDL action. A quick look at the control KDs this season already, Chancellor. Look, it ain't awful, it ain't great, but it is something for PaulEhx Legion, as they've certainly got their work cut out for them against OpTic coming up on raid.
I mean, certainly respectable, at least in the KD department. I think their overall record not quite as clean. 2-4 throughout stage 4, subpar certainly, but not the worst thing. Certainly they have an opportunity to work with, but to the raid control we go. And if I remember correctly, I didn't have time to write it down because I was a little bit too slow on the hand, but last time they played, I'm pretty sure this was the map where PaulEhx Legion actually took OpTic down. So the run it back is true. OpTic looking to make amends, and PaulEhx Legion looking for an opportunity to start turning the tides of the series, potentially to go their way. A reverse sweep on their mind, but certainly a long way to go. But get the dirt off your shoulder, get geared up, listen to some Jay-Z, and get ready to go to map 3. We are here.
We are here indeed. I've got no good Jay-Z jokes for you, brother. That is completely out of my wheelhouse, but yeah.
How many problems do you have?
Loads. Like 100.
No
like
specific number you don't want to put.
100.
There we go. That's fine.
About 100. Maybe 90. I don't know. That's a lot. I haven't got the time to go through that now. Gotta get into map number 3, brother. Come on, mate. We're here now.
I gotta
time
say,
to go. We'll go on what?
Thinking about it now, that's a ton of problems.
It's a lot of problems,
I don't know
dude.
how long it would time to list that out. That actually is kind of, I mean, that's tough.
And they say my mind
he's
more
a
problems,
billionaire now,
but
so
that's even more problems. That's a billion problems. You never know. But here we go into the control, friends. And Scraps, well, the only problem he had there was really formal. Zaptius is going to get dropped as well as the mid-map control. Still in the hands of Temp for now. I know we gassed up his 74U in the loadout guide, but your man's running the Krig this game, and that's fine. He can flex. P2P already getting the job done over towards that B zone, and we've got a little bit of life there. Ooh, almost with the turn and burn there from Envoy still alive. Nades are there just to get the pressure off. And quite an exciting opening push, a nice foray for both teams. Is that hard work towards the B zone actually still going to be good to go? OpTic still in a commanding position right now, if they can capitalize on these kills.
And nice shots from Envoy as well. Nice little shoulder peek as well, just to get a little bit of info. He's going to be playing for kills while his teammates get the point. Unfortunately, he gets shot from mid, so nice teamwork there from Temp, just to make sure Envoy gets dealt with. It is only one player that was even over towards B, so on the defensive stand, PaulEhx Legion certainly putting in some work, and even Dashy gets cleared out at Tiki. They got all the map control they want, potentially just for a moment, but it is just kills traded back and forth, everyone across the board. OpTic again able to stock the clock with just one player on B, who again gets dealt with. PaulEhx Legion, man, it is a quick round they've been trying to develop.
Yeah, doing as much as they possibly can, but that 30 seconds remaining in the clock has been stopped from Dashy entering the A zone. And here come 3 of his mates. 2 of his mates, I should say. The other one's on the other side of the map. It's going to be Scump watching the mid-map push, but here we go. Second segment gone. You want to try to get these kills, and here comes the play. Oh my, there's only one left. It's going to be Formal. Has not completed the capture. They got 2 of those players off the point so fast. Oh, Scump's back on it. Just managing to stay alive, keeps the play good. And with that, an extra minute added to the clock and a wonderful bit of work. Late heroics there from Scump to come through from Zig. With that, the A zone's all theirs.
There's a moment. I thought there was a player running up pool steps, maybe to work with Scump towards the middle of the map, but that ends up not panning out. Aqua is able to find 2, and well, the defensive stand right now for PaulEhx still going to remain strong. Down by 4 lives, though. They're going to need to try to make some sort of big play, and well, frankly, they're just getting picked apart at this point. Down by quite a bit is OpTic in the feed, always able to find at least 2. No respawns remaining for PaulEhx. Wow. With 50 seconds left, OpTic, well, just take your time, find these kills, and it'll be good to go.
Yeah, finding these kills, indeed. Scrap's still good. Oh, now taking on Scump as well. Aqua, the last player left alive, and there it is. OpTic, they managed to turn that round completely on its head. It was 30 seconds remaining, and a beautiful play from Scump gets him that zone, and then the kills just kept on flowing. Great work out of them from start to finish, really. The defensive hold from PaulEhx was good, but not quite enough. Excited to see, mate, where this one's going to go, because that was a lovely first round from both teams.
I mean, it seemed like it, again, maybe it's just because we had a break for 2 weeks, but that just seemed incredibly fast gameplay. But either way, the kills are what made the difference, and well, across the board for OpTic. Maybe Scump with a slightly slow start, but hey, he made the big play to cap the point. Everyone else showing up in the kills column. As the opening break, they want middle map control, and they are going to get it. Scump's found his home in P5 as the actual push going over towards A. The nade gonna connect, and Zappy is gonna be made one shot. He gets dealt with, and OpTic, well, the opening break's ever so important, and well, they're gonna have a strong start as well. Scump gets caught through the wall, but the trades are in. OpTic already 4 life advantage.
Yeah, he called it in the early infield keys to victory there for OpTic Chicago. Keep up the production from the submachine guns, and it's on Scump and Envoy to do just that. And look at this, 4 in a row now from Envoy. He is going off. Shots were there, not able to find the last one onto Aqua, but again, that map presence all theirs. You've still got OpTic on defense in this round, so you're going to see them just try to keep those PaulEhx members back, but Zaptius now doing a great job. Is he able to get forward? Yes. Get him out of your base, now make your way forward. This is the sign of life you need to be seeing out of PaulEhx. Zap's having a tough round so far at 3 and 11. Now, an opportunity to turn it around. Good kill onto Envoy. Presence now under the A zone. Needs some reinforcements to really start capturing this quicker. Again, 3 players is ideal, 4 is great. Here we go. First segment gone, chance. Is this the moment now for PaulEhx?
Well, still just 1 player on point. Zaptius, and it takes, what, 45 seconds to capture it if you're by your lonesome, so he can't even get that second typical progression. Aqua, though, on the flank can find at least 1, gets a couple shots into another, and Dashy by himself in between the entire team, and he does get taken down. And that might be a moment where OpTic just decide to chalk it up, make sure they get that defensive stand over towards B. As Temp trying to cause a little bit of chaos, but you see Scump, he's been hanging out in bedroom for quite some time. OpTic will be happy with a 5 life lead to try to defend this B point for the next minute and a half.
There it is. His own caps. See where the players from PaulEhx now take the offensive route. Will they be going through kitchen side where OpTic are frankly set up? It's a fortress in there. Culinary castle, if you will. Nice nade from Formal. Shots from Formal. Not able to get the second though. The damage has been dealt. Going to keep those players pinned in mid. Again, here comes Envoy with a life advantage, now pushing it. Still, here comes the break. In through the kitchen they go, and it's all on Envoy. Diamati in hand, not able to compete with Scraps. They're at that range with the AK-74U. Now the flood. Here comes PaulEhx though. Kills keep going their way. 2 members of OpTic there in the bedroom having a bit of a sleepover. Now chance, this could be good as PaulEhx, they're starting to overwhelm these players at the back. Starting to farm the kills. Will they be able to get onto the B zone and do any damage there onto the progression?
And how did they just let Envoy get a kill? You gotta know he's gonna spawn back launcher, but he just spawns up and finds a free one. You take all that time to go for the full flank, and well, a couple players get picked apart. Now Aqua in a bit of an interesting spot. I don't know what kills he's going to be able to find, but eventually I'd imagine OpTic are going to try to clear him out, but he's showing up on B. Meanwhile, Bedroom going to get cleared out as Scraps walks into the freest 2-piece he is going to find, and that is the opening PaulEhx at least get out of Bedroom. Unfortunately, 15 seconds left on the clock. They got to hustle.
Wakey, wakey. They're out of Bedroom and into the harsh, cold light of day, or should I say, mostly just OpTic. The trades are there. The kills are on point. Aqua's trying to come forward. There's 1. Dashy now will be the next player up. There's 3 seconds on the clock, and you had to get that kill. You had to fly, and it was not going to work out as OpTic. Another good round. 1 more is all they need for the 3-0 on the map and a 3-0 in the series.
And I think that was just a slightly strange moment for PaulEhx. Just get caught unaware. I mean, they sent 3 players on the flank. You work through kitchen, you get through back jungle, and they do so many things correctly. just for Scraps to stay big chilling inside of elbow. And Envoy just spawns up, turns to his left, gets a free kill, and then it starts to fall apart. I was expecting Envoy to get spawn killed once or twice, or maybe get forced to go through ringside, but instead OpTic will be happy to take that second round win. 2-0 in the series and this game so far, as Formal has been having himself a very nice series so far. Leads the lobby, tied with Envoy at the very least in kills, 18 to his name.
Having a real good time. Oh my God, Zap's having a rough one though. I mean, that is quite literally the tail of his game so far. Oh boy, oh boy!
Oh my God,
it's just all going Formal's way. Can't seem to make a misstep if he tries to. And again, Envoy just doing the last bit of a capture here. It's dirty work, but someone's got to do it. Capture in the zone. A will be done in a moment. The attack now building towards B for OpTic, and they've got players now in position to make this happen. Temp, though, is going to try to poop on that party. See if he can get it done. He's got the flank now in from behind. Here come the spawners to Scump up first, and he's going to deal damage, and maybe not really get the kills. The timing was just a little off. Here comes the pressure, though, from Paris. Trying to get into this one. Get into the game. There's 2 minutes on the clock to work with for OpTic, and all you've got to do is capture that B zone.
Zapti's right now, the last man they need to clear out, and Scump shreds them off the head glitch. Headshot multiplier coming into effect, and well, they're going to be able to at least get up into bedroom control. Formal, by the way, just roaming around the map, killing everything in sight. Bedroom control gets handed towards Scump. He's going to be happy to have that. Pool steps the next sort of spot that they're going to need to clear out, but Zapti is by himself. He gets dealt with. Formal now just waiting for his teammates, feeding him the information that Dashy doesn't even need to get. The flank, though, maybe going to slow this push down, and for Temp, well, doesn't need to find him. His teammates get all the kills. Bears Legion talking about a response they needed to get. Things were certainly starting to get out of hand.
Yeah, starting to make it work right now for Paris Legion. Again, they had over 2 minutes to really play with now for an OpTic. Slowly being bled out. Scraps with a nice 3 spree now. Great nade to slow those players down, but again, he's got help here, and it's Zaptius who's starting to spring to life, and better late than never. He is starting to turn his game around, but you do have to worry about those OpTic members. Spawned A side of the map, ran through ring, and it's Scump. That forward position, he's able to maybe make something happen here. Bide his time, play it sneaky. So here we go, the tiptoes. Make his way forward and sadly into a flash. That's going to really sound the alarm right now for Paris Legion chance, but again, a slow and steady push. He could still keep this play alive.
Stay alive is really all he needs to do. He can't find this second, but he makes Aqua one shot, and you see Formal there for the trades. Scraps now that last man standing on the defensive end. Well, bar the spawns coming through. Paris Legion back on every head glitch in the world. Rock control, back teak, whatever they need, and they're finding the kills as well. 9-9 in the lives department. Scump, though, inside a kitchen. He's found 2. This is the opening OpTic maybe need. Envoy and Scump trying to work together. He finds another 2. All of a sudden, no respawns remaining for Paris. 17 seconds on the clock.
17 seconds on the clock. Here we go. The capture's starting to work out. Again, only Envoy on the point for now, so it's going to take 45 seconds to get the whole thing. Couple more players on point here will do them a world of good. Temp's going to find 1. Makes the clock start to flow again. Formal with the shots in. Here comes the teamwork, though. Temp stayed alive. He stayed alive, and they do manage to get it done. And there we go. 3-0 in the map. 3-0. in the series, and OpTic, a glorious start for them here in the road to the stage 5 major. Paris Legion, much to be desired there in the control, close but no cigar, an incredibly exciting round 11, and still unable to find that special sauce against OpTic in the hardpoint game mode. You gotta hand it to him. A tough loss, it's gotta be said.
And Scump handing out daggers towards the end as well, right? Gets the double kill in kitchen. Those two players spawn up and walk right back into Scump's line of sight. Double two-piece in a row to secure that win. Dominant towards the end, at least towards the control. The respawns, OpTic Chicago absolutely had Paris's number. And even in the search and destroy, where things got a little bit dicey, big two-piece from Scump to force that round 11, and they clutched up in the end. Solid performance through and through. I think the clean 3-0 is exactly what OpTic was looking to get to start their stage 5.
A great 3-0 indeed. And there we go. Quick look at the stats, and got to be said, it was Envoy, 23-17. Lovely work from him. Formal having an exceptional series all in all. 28-20 with a 5k damage for Formal. Viper really putting in the hard work today. Great stuff in the first hard point. and we saw some special stuff in that Search and Destroy as well. OpTic, honestly, that was a really great showing. I think for a lot of fans, there's been tremendous criticism of the squad, and rightfully so. Passionate fans indeed. I know you. I see you in my mentions. You're all bloody mad. We love it. But this was a good showing. Again, as against a squad that I think they really did want to be taking a 3-0 against. Good things for OpTic all round. There we go, though. We're going to have a look at our scuff play of the game, though, and it is going to be from round 3. We're giving Scump some love, mate. What do we think of this one, Chance? The King had a good day, let's face it.
I mean, really, it's just clinical work. He's been incredibly consistent all year long, and this is the type of play that he's been making through and through. It seems like he's a player where there's certain spots where if you get him in, he just thrives. Inside a kitchen is one of those places for him, and well, this is out the play of the game where, frankly, it just turned into a TDM game at this point. Just not enough lives that PaulEhx is able to work with, and the kills column OpTic had their number. Even from the start, right? The formal going through the flank through Zig, just the mad genius of a challenge right there coming through Zig, but takes care of business, get that confident win. Formal had a great series. Really, through and through, all 4 players across the board for OpTic performed as well as you could expect them to.
It's those individual performances and the combined efforts of the team as well you really want to be seeing from that OpTic Gaming squad. But there we go, a 3-0, and that is basically the end of the games today, friends. But alas, we are not done just yet. Lottie coming up after the break for our Game Fuel Victory Spotlight, and she's talking to the one and only Bruce Almighty. Dashy will be there for the chit-chat, and it is all smiles in the OpTic cam today after that deft 3-0 versus Paris Legion. That chat with Dashy and that Game Fuel Victory Spotlight coming up after this quick commercial break, friends. Don't go anywhere.
Call of Duty League is brought to you by Mountain Dew Game Fuel. Pre-order the new Courageous Sherbet flavor now on GameFuel.com while supplies last. Tournament audio and team listen-ins are powered by Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix amp of the Call of Duty League.
Hello everyone and welcome to your Game Fuel Victory Spotlight. Joining me, I have Dashy from OpTic. First of all, Dashy, congratulations on winning your first game of Stage 5. Very, very nicely done. I want to go back to Dallas right now with you and obviously Major 4 and talk about what you as a team kind of took away from the Major, you know, with obviously the hype coming up to LAN. What did you take away with it coming into this brand new stage?
Just coming into Stage 5, I mean, it was just all about executing in what we just did in practice and stuff like that. So it wasn't really much of a change up our play style or anything too crazy like that. So it was just a matter of executing and just doing what we do in practice usually.
Got you. Practice makes perfect. Now, Dashy, you've become quite a household name in the Call of Duty world, but for some fans who may be just joining us and brand new fans of the Call of Duty League, maybe they want to get to know you a bit better. So we've had 2 weeks to kind of reset before competition. I want to know, what did you get up to in the 2 weeks? What do you do in your spare time?
Definitely took a little bit of a mental reset, especially after the way we lost the major. So I took a little bit of some time off and played some Warzone, stuff like that. But nothing really. I just chilled and, got right back into it after I'd stay a couple days. So it was a nice little break.
Love that. We all need a bit of a mental reset. I certainly took a mental reset as well. But
yeah,
back
it was
to
needed.
action it was needed. Now, we have been saying pretty much all season that you guys are one of the most talented teams we have in the league. And of course, Champs is right around the corner. So what will your focus be as a team in the next 5 weeks to ensure that you guys can really compete for that ring?
I'd say gameplay-wise, probably just clean up a little bit in our S&D. I feel like if we can get some of our mid-round calls just cleaned up a little bit, then it would definitely help us for sure, especially if you can become a really consistent S&D team. That's how you contend for winning events. So probably I'd say S&D.
All right, S&D it is, and clear comms. Love to hear it, Dashy. Thank you so much. An epic 3-0 for you guys. And best of luck heading into the rest of the stage, man.
Thank you, Lottie. Appreciate it.
Well, there we go, Dashy. Some wise words from him. And if you didn't know what he likes to do in his spare time, he likes to chill, play a bit of Warzone. So if you want to be like Dashy, that's what you got to do in your spare time. Well, folks, this is not it. We have another segment for you guys, as you know, and if you're a real one, you'll be sticking around for it after the break myself and Study are breaking things down from today. We're talking about what's going on tomorrow and so much more. So stay with us. Seany, the official eyewear for the CDL. Armor your eyes with Seany Blocks blue light protection glasses by visiting seany.com/gaming. Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G. New York, New York. What a day. I mean, it flew by, but the Call of Duty was glorious. And the OpTic fans are definitely chanting it's coming home, British or not. But hello everybody, welcome back to the desk. We have our results from the US Army. I don't even know where I was going with that sentence, but I'll tell you what, it was a hot 3-0 in both of our matches today. London Royal Ravens versus Atlanta FaZe. I'll tell you what though, Royal Ravens did keep it close in most of the games. Super incredible actually against FaZe. And then 3-0 Chicago. They beat Paris Legion. And yeah, the fans are definitely going to be happy with that one, with that kickstart to stage 5. Joining me, I do have the wonderful Study as per usual. And my dude, oh gosh, what a quick day. I thought I only just sat down to watch some Call of Duty and we're going home already. I can't believe it. But talking about some epic Call of Duty, we need to talk about a certain moment, and that was Envoy in that first hard point, the stunning play he had off the rotation. Talk us through it, my dude.
Yeah, so Envoy, he was that playmaker for OpTic that really just was able to close out this game for them, because Paris were able to fight back into it. Once the ending of rotation of that first hard point, Paris had the rotations to go towards that P2 on that map on Garrison. But then off the rotation, it's only up Envoy, and he makes the play for his team. So let's just get right into it. You see Envoy picks up this kill onto Aqua, and you see all of his teammates spawning all the way across the map. So the pinch is eventually going to come in, but Envoy just does such a great job at just stalling time. As Formal is using this streak, he picks up a kill, and then Formal is able to find 2 with that streak as well. And even before this, it was just great plays from Envoy, the finesse out of him to eventually allow his teammates to get back into this time, pick at this remaining 25 seconds, and then have the rotation towards that P3 hardpoint, where both teams really couldn't fight for it. It was not going in favor of either team. It was basically a junk kill the entire time, but this is the hill right here off the rotation where Formal, he was really taking over, but Envoy really made the play to allow his teammates to get back into that hardpoint and eventually gain that remaining junk time.
You know, I was really impressed with OpTic overall, and I think we've said it so many times when we were kind of breaking down their gameplay, and it's weird because it's been different what they needed to work on or what they weren't doing quite right. Every single time it was different. But this time I feel like playing against Paris, I felt like a well-rounded OpTic for sure, like on our screens. I felt like the mistakes were to a minimum. I felt like they were playing their game perfectly, and I felt like they were playing their game, which is the most important thing. So really excited to see where OpTic go from here and if they can keep that fire burning. But I'll tell you what, folks, it's about time I talk to you about tomorrow and what is coming your way in our schedule presented by the US Army. So 3 p.m. Eastern, we have Røkkr taking on LAG. This is the fight for getting up that leaderboard for the game fuel points. It is super important right now that these teams win these matches. And then 4:30 p.m. Eastern, T-Mobile 5G weekly drop. Remember that one, folks. It's New York Subliners, our home series team, taking on LA Thieves. Now this is pretty amazing, this schedule, folks, and that is because we see John and Mental make their CDL debuts tomorrow. So I got to ask you, Stud, what are you most looking forward to in terms of these two players playing tomorrow? What do you expect to see out of them?
Okay, so for Mental on the side of LAG, I felt like he's going to be a great fit for this team, because one thing that they were struggling with last time when Chino was on this roster was just their pressure from the SMG players. And I feel like you're adding Mental to have that aggression with aPeZy, so those two should be able to work out together. But the most important thing for LAG is Silly moving back to that flex role. He wasn't having a good stage 4. He did not. His SMG work just wasn't there. And a lot of people are kind of questioning on this roster change, but I feel like this is going to be great for LAG, Mental to that SMG to help out aPeZy, and Silly able to boost his stats back up in that flex role. Then on the opposite side, for LA Thieves, though, I think John is going to be like the perfect piece, man. When you talk about the Thieves roster, it's been a roster that hasn't really worked out all year. They went through numerous roster changes, but I feel like when they're going towards the end of the year, this is exactly the roster that they were looking forward to. Once you pick up a player like John, it's going to be so much easier for your AR players to just pick up kills, because he's been an MVP caliber player in that SMG role for quite some time now. You add him alongside Kenny and Slasher, who these guys have just been in multiple World Championship games, and then alongside Drazah. I feel like the SMG duo between John and Drazah will work perfectly, and the AR duels on that side will work as well. I feel like LA Thieves definitely improved with the addition of John.
Now, I'll tell you what, Stud. I'm going to dig so deep right now for LA Thieves, right? Because I think I'm seeing a little pattern emerging, especially with John coming onto the roster. Now, obviously, John, JCap, and Slasher, incredibly accoladed players. And obviously together did win champs back in Black Ops 3, 2016. But the following game, title, iLLeY, right? They had a terrible, terrible season considering they won champs. They just didn't get off to a good start at all. And then by the end of it, they managed to kind of turn up a little bit in clutch and managed to get into the final. Yes, so be it, they did not win, but they got to the final and they turned up. So I'm digging deep here, Stud, because if those three have done this before, I think they can do it again. They have the resilience, I think, alongside Kenny and Drazah. Potentially, yeah, they've had a bad season, but still a little bit further to go. They still have an end in sight, and they can still do this. So if they have that resilience that they once had, I think they can make a bit of a run. I dug deep, but I'm just saying, the facts are there. They're there, that's for sure. Stud, to tell you what I'm really excited about tomorrow. We get to see fresh faces, we get to see a bunch of games. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for joining us once again. Folks at home, YouTube, thank you so much. I hope you sleep well knowing we have more Call of Duty League coming your way tomorrow. We'll see you bright and early, and sleep well.
This is the opening they need. Finally, a breath of fresh air as PaulEhx can get to the point and burns at least the cruise missile. A little bit of time to work with. You take care of one score streak, but again, I think the clock is the biggest issue. Down to 20, we go.
2v8, 1v8, the streaks from the very first round. PaulEhx, what have you got? He is fighting for it here. Here's the contest. Here comes FaZe. They're going for the shot punch. They were going for the assassination, you know it. The FaZe special, it's a 3-1 on control, but it is another 3-0 in the series.
Scump, though, inside a kitchen. He's found two. This is the opening OpTic maybe need. Ongoing Scump trying to work together. He finds another two. All of a sudden, no respawns remaining for pairs. 17 seconds on the clock.
17 seconds on the clock. Here we go. The capture's starting to work out. Again, only Envoy on the point for now, so it's going to take 45 seconds to get the whole thing. Couple more players on point here will do them a world of good. Temp's going to find one. Makes the clock start to flow again. Formal with the shots in. Here comes the teamwork, though. Temp stayed alive. He stayed alive, and they do manage to get it done. And there we go. 3-0 in the map. 3-0 in the series. And